what next for Australia next? Do they stick or twist? Barbados is their next venue for Test cricket. And in 10 days' time, it comes pretty fast. Does Khwaja still be there? Is it a new lease of life for Sam Constance? The Holy Trinity, will they go on for another cycle? What's your gut feel, my friend?
I don't know how much Australia can look into it deeper than a one-off test. We spoke about this in the last seminar as well, that it's a one-off test, anything can happen, and anything did happen. You had Smith scoring, but head failed. Usman Khwaja, we spoke about him being Rabada. He was Rabada. Okay. Now, what do you go and how do you go about it ahead? So, I think plenty of questions for them. From what we hear from the coaching staff, it feels like Usman has the ticket till the Ashes. I'm not quite sure if I am on that boat, but I can understand where they're coming from because they'll feel better to search for one than searching for two, which means Manas might have his ticket chopped off, but they'll have to try Sam Constance. They'll have to see whether Nathan McSweeney slots in. I don't know how they feel about Green batting at 3 because he had a shocker of a test. I mean, could not even be there enough to make an impact. So I think changes are imminent, but it's also about time. I think they've had a very good generation of players who played too much cricket together. And you can hold on to them, but the more you hold on to them, we'll end up like India, where you'll have to have a sudden transition. And I don't think Australia will want that. So very interesting times for that group.
Stark, Cummins, and Hazelwood all bring different assets to the party. They've been doing it for so long. They have a fourth man waiting in the wings, which is Scott Boland. And even if you look at their bench, Constance, Boland, Kuhneman, and the rest, they actually have very good ready-made replacements. So what do you think is going to happen in the short future for the baggy green?
Yeah, at least till the end of the cycle, I see no changes happening because we're not that old. They will definitely last at least one cycle, if not more. So, I mean, Pat Cummins to tension nahi hai, wo to he's 32 ka hai, so he's still, he's got at least a couple of cycles in him. The other two probably will have to be looked after ahead of the cycle, and maybe after the upcoming cycle is when they'll have to seriously start thinking about contingency plans and succession plans and all of it. You mentioned Scott Boland. He himself is not getting younger. Amongst the younger names, Lance Morris is someone who's been spoken about for the better part of the last 3-4 years. So I would imagine Green also will be groomed in to be one of the pacers. They might even be looking at him as a Pat Cummins successor in that batter who can bowl, maybe not a bowler who can bat, but who can be a third or fourth pacer in most conditions. Sean Abbott has, of course, been he's been brought in as backup, so that was an interesting choice. Not sure kitne had tak aur kis had tak wo kaam mein aayenge, but I don't think this cycle will be a worry for them when it comes to bowling. It's the batting that they'd be worried about. And I was a tad bit surprised with what Andrew McDonald had to say, about Khwaja. So he mentioned that Khwaja will be playing the Ashes because he's got experience and whatnot. And he mentioned that Labuschagne, on the other hand, is someone who's got he's a great batter. He's definitely going to come good for us because he's been so phenomenal, a couple of years ago and all. So wo wapas aa jayega, which is why we want to give him some rest so that he's able to figure his game out. So he, in all likelihood, won't be featuring in the Ashes. Baki pacers and all, I don't think anything. I'm not expecting anything to change in the foreseeable future. Nathan Lyon, that I don't know, man, because 2027, a year and a half to be precise, from now is when the next BGT happens in India. That's where you need attacking spinners, and Nathan Lyon has been great in that job. But I felt that the WTC final was probably signs of changing tides for them, because jo bhi bolo, second innings, the surface was there for him to get turn, extract something out of it. We saw the kind of purchase both him and Head got. Despite that, he went wicketless, and not sure will the Australian Cricket Board or the selectors or the think tank look too much into it, or they'll be like, what, this guy's experienced, he's played for us 14 years, he knows what it takes to be successful in Australia, so let's back him, ahead of the next WTC cycle. That could be one, chain of thought. I personally think it is important that they at least start grooming in someone, they start bringing in someone. Todd Murphy is an interesting choice, but again, the guy's a lot more flatter, quicker. He's a different kind of an off spinner. Nathan Lyon's a lot more conventional, loops it up, tries to bait batters through his flight, through his guy. That's not Todd Murphy. So if you think Todd Murphy, I think will off spinner, AB off spinner, chalo replace kar dete hain, I don't think it'll work out just as fine. So that's where they'll have to be smarter. There's someone like a Corey Rockachogi who's been really talked about highly within the Australian domestic circles. That's a name they can consider. I can't think of too many other off spinners, who could make it to the side directly right now.
Cricket!